It's Monday, time for our mini challenge in the challenge. And today I'm going to use this packaging. We'll talk about it more in a minute. Some digitals from the Just Birds. And we're going to make a little mini journal. Stay tuned. Hi everybody, it's Julie. Here we are with my packaging. I believe this was the one that had Christmas lights in it. Okay, and it was the perfect already made little box. Okay, so I am going to use this as my cover, and I'm going to go ahead, I'll even leave that on there. I have this piece of vellum that was in my stash, and it's actually in my scrap box. I have the lined papered pages from the new Lovely Red Roses digital kit. And I have these pages from the Just Birds digital kit. Okay, so these 3 pages, this is the topography of birds file from the Just Birds digital kit. And this is what we're going to use. So let's go ahead. We're going to start by cutting these out. And so I'll go ahead and fast forward through that, and we'll be right back. I'm going to take a quick measurement of this one here and then try and make all of those that same size. So I am 3 inches. Okay, so we've got these pages all cut, and I just cut the edges, and then we're going to come in, and I've pulled out the pages with the butterflies and the pages with the roses on the top and the bottom, and we're going to go ahead and trim those down to, it ended up being, I went with 3 inches, so we'll go ahead and take the side pieces off. Okay, and then we will grab 3 inches. So if you are a emerald, diamond, or ruby Patreon, you received the Just Birds digital as your April and May ruby gift. So you can check for that in the Patreon. So ruby, diamond, emerald. It was the ruby digital gift. The lined papers here are from the Lovely Red Roses digital kit. And those that finished their February journal received this in the VIP as their gift. It is also available in the DearJulieJulie Etsy shop. Remember, all the digitals are on sale for 50% off Monday and Tuesday. The sale continues, and that was for Mother's Day. These are ready. So I have the rose pages, I have this extra page, and then we're going to do the same thing to the butterfly, and we'll be right back. Okay, so next I have this piece, and we'll cut it into 3 inch. Oh, actually, I don't want to lose that. Where it says nest and eggs, I'd rather have a little piece. And so we'll go and measure it from this side to get our 3 inches. And this is vellum from a Tim Holtz page that was in my stash. Okay, so that gives me a large piece and a small piece. And then I'm going to probably want a couple of pieces of just regular papers. So I'm going to go ahead and add that, and we'll be right back. Okay, so I have some noisy paper. I have a piece of my dad's graph paper, and I have some of this this paper here, and it has this beautiful vintage wear on the outside there. So the distressing is natural and it's beautiful. So we're going to go ahead and cut this one to 3 inches. So I'm going to cut 3-inch pages on this one. And so there we go. Oh, wow. Check it out. Okay, and then we're going to come over here, and with Dad's page, we're going to go ahead and cut it to 3 inches, and we'll have the little piece also. And then our noisy paper, let's see, we'll cut it in this direction. But first let's cut this down to be just a little bit smaller than this. Okay, so I'm going to cut this down. Okay, that's going to give me a small piece I might use. And then we're going to do our 3 inches this way. Ooh, we could do a pocket. Let's do a pocket. Let's go with 6 inches. Okay, so we'll have this, and we'll have a pocket. And I'll go ahead and sew up the edges on this pocket. Okay, so I think that's a good little start of items. Okay, let's put some things back up here. Again, we're using the Just Birds that the Patreons received. It is also a kit available in the Etsy shop now. Okay, so now we're going to go through and we're going to cut these down. So I want the roses for sure, because there's a little bit of rose. So I just want to figure out how I should fold this. I'm going to fold it like that, and then we'll fold this over. And I can decide if I'm going to keep it or if I'm going to let it go. Okay. Oh, we didn't cut the edges off the butterfly pages. Okay, so I'm going to end up with 2 signatures for this. Whoops. And it probably is going to be just as fast. Go ahead and cut these down like this. Okay, so I'm going to have 2 signatures. One is going to have the topography and the lined pages, some of the lined pages. And then the other one's going to have the other papers. And that's because I'm going to use 2 different ways of putting the pages together. And that's just so that I can have them in order. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to fold our papers, and we'll put them in the stacks where they're going to be used. Okay, so these are going over here. The little ones can get folded, and they're going in with this piece. Okay, and so again, we want to make sure that we fold this. And fold. Okay, so there's that. These are going over here in this pile. And we'll have a little noisy paper. And another noisy paper. Might have to cut that one, I don't remember. Okay, and then we'll have these pages. So just getting them all folded, putting them in the pile over here for easy access. Okay, now you can use regular, any type of paper. Use a DearJulieJulie digital in your mini challenge in the challenge. Somehow use your DearJulieJulie digital. If you have the Just Birds kit, you can follow along. And so you need to use some type of packaging for your cover. And then you need to have something that you have cut. And these end up being 3 by, if we have a ruler, that would be great. 3 by 10. 3 by 10. Okay, so your pages here are going to be 3 by 10. So I have my birds. Then I have this topography that has topography and 9. Then we have 10, 11. Then we have 15, 14. We have 12, 13. And then we have the other topography and the mama feeding the babies. Okay. And then we'll have one with the roses on the top, one with the roses on the bottom, butterfly, and butterfly. Okay. So those are going to go over there. And let's go ahead and we're going to fold these this way, okay? So I folded this topography of a bird onto the preparing breakfast. Then I'm going to come here and I'm going to fold this one over onto the other topography of a bird. And this is page 9, okay? It's page 9. And then we're going to go, page 11 is going to get folded into page 10. Page 13 is going to be folded into page 12. And page 15 is going to get folded into page 14. Okay. Okay. Now we're going to take this one and we're going to fold it in this direction. Okay, fold it in this direction. Okay, so our image, we're going to have one with, this is going to be our inside cover page for the first signature. And now you're going to do the same thing on these. You're going to pull the right side over to the left, put it down, right side over to the left, and put it down. right side over to the left, put it down, and right side over to the left, put it down. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take one of the rose pages. Okay, so my rose on the right page, and I'm going to put that here. Then I'm going to move a bird over, and I'm going to put the other rose up there. I'm going to grab the butterfly. Okay, so this one's a butterfly and a rose. Yeah, and put that one there. So this butterfly, so the first rose was on the right side. This butterfly's on the left side. I'm going to push this over, and we'll go with the rose on the left side. Typography over. Butterfly on the right side. Bird. Okay. Okay, so I've got all these pages. And they're going to be like this. And so now this I'm going to put on last. Okay, so I'm going to put that to the side. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this first page, put it over, and grab our glue. And I am going to use my Tombow Mono Liquid Glue because it'll come out with the smaller. Let's make sure it's going to come out. It's been a long time since I've used it. I did go to the store. I did get new glue, but it did not make it into the craft room yet because it's in the box to be a haul video. I should have just brought it in. Okay. And I had to get Fabric Fix. They were out of Fabric Tack. Okay. Let's try a different bottle. New one. New bottle. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, here we go. We're gluing. Okay, so this one, I'm going to make a pocket on the top. Okay, and now the most important is that the bottom match up, and for me, that the bottom matches up and this side over here matches up. Okay, so I've glued that down, and now I have, this is what I have happening. Okay, so I have a page, and now I have another page, and I have a pocket up here. Okay, so now on this one, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to glue this one so that my pocket comes out the right side. Okay. Pocket out the right. And lay it down. Okay, so this time my pocket is going to come out over here. Okay, and then the next one, no pocket. Now, what I actually have an idea. So no pocket here. So we went all the way around it. add our lined paper. Okay. And now we'll go ahead and we'll add in this piece. Okay. So this is the lined paper that was left over. And I'm going to put it down as a pocket. Okay, so there's a pocket. So there's a pocket right there. Bring this over and we'll do it again. It'll be a pocket also. So tomorrow's video, we're going to make embellishments that will go in here. Okay, we're going to go ahead and skip over to another lined. So I'm moving the bird and putting the lined paper over because the bird was shorter than the lined paper. Okay, so this is what we've got going on, and we're gonna fix these. Right now we're just building our journal. Okay, so this one is going to be a pocket on the top. Okay, so pocket on the top. Okay, pocket on the top. And you see we're lining up over here. And then we're going to have bird to bird, okay? And so this one, let's do no pocket. So all the way around, bird to bird. My bird pages here, the topography, are a little bit smaller than my lined pages. Yours might all be the same, and that, you know, that might be better. Okay, you can do this same technique using like cards. I've done that. You've seen me do that. Of course, I've done so many things, almost 3,000 videos on my channel now. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I've opened up this pocket this time, and we know that that bird is going to be longer than this lined page that we're putting in. And okay, so this is what we have here. Okay, and we have this, and over here we have this. Okay. Nice little book, especially somebody that really likes birds. I think it would be really, really cool. We're going to go ahead and let's make sure we're in the right direction. It'd be a bummer, right? Okay, top pocket this time, you guys. Top pocket. Okay. Okay, so this is what we have. We have our little booklet. We've got a side pocket, no, top pocket here. Okay, top pocket. So let's go ahead on our pockets. Let's, I'm gonna go ahead and put my little hole punch. Okay. Okay, so you know that there's going to be a thingy there. And you can, for right now, leave this. This particular one we could cut off. And I think I'm going to. I'm going to cut this one off. Because our glue is right here. Okay. Okay, so now we've got our double lined paper. This time our pocket is on this side, okay? And our bird side is the shorter side. So I'm gonna put my little thing on this side, okay? Okay, so there's that. And then this time, this one's closed all the way around. Okay, so I'm going to probably put some lace or some fabric or something here because I don't want to cut off my butterfly on the butterfly side. Okay. And then we have our pockets. Okay, I'm going to clean this one up over here. And we'll probably come back and distress or stencil that. I like that though. There's that one. And then here we are again on the top. Okay, and since our pocket's on the top, I'm going to cut this edge. And I like having all my edges different sizes. If you want yours all the same, then you just need to pay attention to where your glue is going. And after you've folded your pages, go in and make sure that your pages are all going to be the same. Because remember, if you're using the Just Birds, they are a little shorter than if you use the whole lined page. I was just going for easy. And it worked. Okay, we need more space to get the punch in there. Okay, so there's that. And then over on, then this one was closed all the way around, right? Nope. Yep, closed all the way around. And then this one, the pocket is on this side. Okay, and you want to make sure you go through this pretty soon so that you don't, so you can fix if anything glues to each other. Okay, we're going to go in and carefully, I don't want to cut off any of the topography of the bird here. So it's actually going to be a little bit smaller than the other ones. Okay. And I could cut that off, but I think I'll leave it. I'll probably come in and do whatever stenciling or whatever I do. Okay. And there's our last page. And this one we'll probably put either the fabric or whatever on because I don't want to cut off my butterfly. Okay? And could come in with one of these pieces if you just want to, use up your scraps. So that is what I have for that. So that's a different type of binding than we've done in a little while. And okay, so, and we've added little pockets. Now let's go ahead and grab our other part. And this one we are going to bind regular. So let's go ahead. Those are those. Those are those. Okay, this one is that. Okay, I think we'll use a... I like the roses. Yeah, I think we'll go this way. I'll have that be the front. And then, then that. And we're just going to put together a little booklet. Okay, is that the pocket one? No, this is the pocket one. Pocket. And they are different lengths, and I am okay with that. So let's see. Got this piece too. That's upside down. No, it's not. Okay. And we'll put these two in the middle. So this one, and then this one's going in the middle, and after I sew it in, I'll close this one up. Okay, so this is going to be our inside. So this will be our second signature, and it is different, and it is upside down. This is really weird. Okay, we'll go like that. I'll put the eggs as what you see first, right? Or we can, oh, we've got the, okay, we'll trade these out. Sorry, guys. Okay, so we'll make this the front of the second signature. And then it'll move into all this. Okay. So that's our second signature. This is our first. Okay, and they're going to go into that, into our little thing over there. Okay, so for our front here, we are going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and put this on so that our bird is on the front. Okay, our whole bird. Okay, so we'll go ahead and we're going to put her down. And she is not going to be a pocket or anything. She's just going to, remember we folded this in half. But what we're going to do now is we need to get a little, and you could just glue this. Yeah, we're going to do it this way. Glue it. Okay, I'm going to pull it up to the very edge. Okay, remember this is going to be another place that we'll be able to fix. Okay, this right here, we'll be able to put something on that edge. Lace or maybe just this mess. Might actually be kind of cool. Okay, so this piece is, we're going to fold that along the new spine. And then we're going to come over and it's going to go over to this side. So let's go ahead and put our glue. I'm going to put glue on the spine and then glue around this bird page. And these are the birds from Birds in Blue. So it is but this page is from Just Birds. And that was so that it would go along with that kit as well. So, and don't forget for Mother's Day and National Scrapbooking Day, I put all the Dear Julie digitals on sale for 50% off. So you can find the link to those in the description box down below. So now you could actually use this and have this be a little mini journal right here. Okay? And especially if you have someone that you know that likes birds, this might be kind of fun. Go through a couple times and make sure that your glue has, because I did put glue on this spine, so I need to make sure that my glue is not gluing my things together. Okay, so this could be a mini journal all in itself, but we are going to put this little guy is going to go in here, okay, and this one is going to go in also. Okay, so we have our two signatures ready, and we'll want to work on our cover. And let's go ahead and measure this so that you have an idea of what our cover, or what my cover is. $12 and $12 and 3/4. $12 and 3/4. Okay, for the full length. And our spine is 1 1/4. Okay, so 1 1/4 inch spine. Total is 12 3/4. And then this direction, it is, and remember mine was already like this. I didn't cut mine down. 3 3/4. Okay, so 3 3/4 that way. And so now I'm going to want to choose some things to add onto this. And so I'll be right back. Okay, so I have this fabric in my stash. I think it's amazing. And it is Canterbury by Robert Callahan for Red Rooster Fabrics. And I'm going to go ahead and cut this off, because if I decide to make a tassel at some point, that piece is going to be amazing in a tassel. Maybe even for a farm one, because it says Red Rooster. And so while we're at it, we'll just go ahead and cut the one on the other end off. Okay, so we've got those. So, you know, I like to rip my fabrics. I'm going to go ahead and I have chosen this piece that I cut off. I've started collecting some of the pages for my journal, and this fits perfect. This was a cutoff, and it is from a Martha Stewart page. So I know that I need to have my fabric come in a little bit to cover the, now I could just go ahead and leave the cover, but I want to cover it with the fabric. Okay, and like I said, I need to have, this needs to come down so that I have fabric covering this edge. So I'm going to go ahead and figure out how much fabric I need. I think if we go to right here. Okay. Okay, get these out of the way because I don't want to accidentally get them glued. Put them up here. Okay, so we are covering our package with fabric. Can be any kind of fabric. Okay, so you're covering your packaging with any kind of fabric. And let's see, then we need to come over to this side. Okay, so we've got a good amount on that side. Come over and okay, there's going to give us a little tiny piece of fabric that we can use for things on the inside. Okay, now if you're new here, you might not know that I love this Tombow Mono liquid glue, and one of the reasons I love it is this bottom part that I can go ahead and just start getting some glue out. And I'm going to put glue all the way to the edge. Okay, and there. Then we'll come and do the spine. And the beginning of the next one. All the way to the edge. Okay, then we'll go ahead and put this down. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead. It's wet glue, so I have a moment. It's not the fabric tack that you don't have any time to work with it, or you have very little time. So I love that this applicator has ridges in it, so it connects to the fabric really, really well. Okay, so now we'll go ahead and put it down. Wow, this fabric takes the glue really well. Okay, go ahead and pull. Let's see how we are. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. Okay, so now we're going to go, and we need to go around the edges and go into the corner. And I want to leave about as much as that corner is, so that there will be, as it is deep. Okay, so you can do this with scrapbook paper also, but for this challenge we are using fabric. Okay, for the mini challenge we are using fabric. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to grab the two small pieces from the two sides and bring them over. Okay, so small piece from the side, bring it over. lay it in. Small piece from the side, bring it over and lay it in. Okay, then choose either the top or the bottom. Make sure you get all your fray, because your fray pieces, even though they're small, they will leave a line, and they'll give texture. But if you don't want that kind of texture, go ahead and fix that. Okay, let's go over here and make sure that these are down. Then we're going to pull this one down. And at the same time, you want to come over to your corner and push it up in and pull it over. Okay. Okay, so over here, I'm going to push that in, pull it over. Make it a nice... Okay. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing with the other. So I'm adding the glue and then I'm coming back and spreading it. So I'm not pushing on the glue the second time across. I'm not adding more glue here. I'm just spreading it. Okay, then we'll pull this up. Okay, come over and grab our corner, pull, come over, grab our corner, pull. Okay. Now I want to go in this indentation here, and I usually like to use a pen top. Okay, then go around and check the corners again. Make sure there's no fray in the way. No fray in the way. Okay, close it. And take a look at your book. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. Make sure all your places are down. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and come in from the left and mark this. Okay. And I'll cut it. So I went right up close to the inside edge because I am going to use a little bit of that fabric and go down the middle of the spine. So that is that side. Make sure if you got handwriting or anything on your, on your page, that it's in the right direction, unless that doesn't bother you. Okay, have a little scrap. So I have one for each side. Go ahead and put these down. So tomorrow we're going to make some pieces to go on the inside of our little mini journal, but they are also, hopefully, going to be from the challenge. And so, something that you can use in your challenge. So I think I picked the masterboard as my next thing. So that's what I'll be making, is the masterboard, and then making embellishments for this little journal out of the masterboard. Oh, look at that. That looks so nice. Make sure that you are right up on the edges. Okay, right up on the edges. And so I remember, well, I was at my mom and dad's house this weekend. I still call it my mom and dad's house. My brother and my boys live there. And looking at some of the things that I need to go through, and there were some of the old quilted photo albums that I had made way back when, and for mom and dad. So this reminds me of making those cloth photo albums. Did you make any of those back in the day? I would love, love, love to know. Make sure you answer this question in the little box in the comments after the video has premiered. Hint, hint. Okay. So there is the inside pages. And then we'll just come back and grab that fabric that we had. I don't think we need to add a different fabric in here. Excuse me. And we'll go ahead and cut it and rip it and then pull all the frays off because we don't need the frays. And then let's measure it, and we'll come in from down here. And I'm just going to make a little frayed rectangle that I'll add right here in the center. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, come over, add my glue. Make sure it's there. Make sure it's in the well, in the fold area. Okay, all the way up to the top. Okay, then I'm gonna lay this down. Okay. And my front piece looks like it's down really good. Okay. And then we'll grab our pen. And go into that space. That makes a difference because then you can actually fold this, open and close it much easier if there is this area. So go back and forth as you're moving your fabric, and don't, you know, it's don't go too fast on this part, because it's important as to how your book opens and closes. Okay, so now I've put this side down and I've got glue so that even the frayed edge is hopefully holding down. Now I'm going to come over here and do this side one more time real quick. And I'm going to hold this, and it doesn't always help that much. I'm trying to get what's going into the crease to come from the right side, not from the front part that we've already done. Okay. And can you see how that's pulling in towards the spine? That's what I wanted to do. Okay, so I got it in, and now I'm going to pull it back out. Up. And sometimes the best laid plans, right? There we go. That's better. And then I'm going to go this way so that I can hopefully pull that back up. If you end up with a fold, I go back and forth. Okay, so we're going to set this aside and let it dry. And this will be my cover. Okay. There you go. I love, love, love it. So we're going to let that dry. And this is regular corrugated cardboard, but it's pretty sturdy. It's not just your regular corrugated cardboard. Okay, so the next thing, I have a little treat bag that came from Jessica at I'm a Cool Mom in my my Patreon from her. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to close this where she folded it here on the top. I'm going to go ahead and close that. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and fold this over. Okay, actually I want this piece to be my front. Okay, so I'm going to fold this over. Sorry. Okay, so this is the natural in the bottom. This is the top. Okay. And I am going to, let's see. Okay, so since it's folded down here, I don't need to glue down here, but I do need to glue across the top. So, or not across the top, sorry, up the center. I'm going to go ahead and so that I know that I'm in the center, I'm going to fold this over and just make a pinch so I can get the center. And I'm going to add glue. Oops, I forgot to open these, you guys. Oh well, I can open it after. Okay, so I'm going to fold this up. Okay. So remember, I have closed it here. So that's the top. This is the bottom. I've folded the bottom into the top. I've added glue in the center across. Now we're going to go ahead and cut across. And let's see, measure it to make sure it's going to fit within. I'm going to put this in the back of this journal. Okay. And I have made a little accordion pocket out of a treat bag here. I need to cut it a little more. Okay, little accordion pocket. It's still a little shorter. I glued it so good. I guess I didn't need to glue the top, you guys. You don't need to glue the top down. Okay, so there we go. Got our little accordion pocket like that. Okay, I am going to glue this right here because it's the little center pieces sticking up. Okay, I might want to use those. We'll add those over there. Okay, so I'm going to put this in the back. And it is a little bit delicate, so I'll probably just put little cards in there. But when I found the fabric and this was sitting on the desk and I was like, oh my gosh, that will be perfect. Okay. So I'm adding, so add an accordion pocket, and you can make it out of an envelope also. So you would fold, let's see if we have an envelope. I mean, if we have an envelope, yeah, really. Okay, so this envelope's already closed. And so we can go ahead and fold it up. Add our glue. And cut across to open it. So you can use a treat bag or an envelope for your little accordion bag for this challenge, okay? Okay, there you go. Little accordion pocket. You can put an accordion pocket inside your accordion pocket. Okay, now for the front, I'm going to want something there, and I have this little note paper. So darn cute. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is, okay, he's going to, for him to fit, he needs to fold here. Okay, so I'm going to fold him here where I just pinched it. This will give stability, okay? So I'm going to just fold him there. Okay, and he could just be a pocket like that, but I think he's going to be easier to access if I also give him a fold here. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to glue this down. And again, this is for stability. It's just going to make this a stronger little pocket. Okay. We'll put him right in here. So what I did was I used, you can use anything to make your little inside pocket, and with this special fold, okay? So your inside pocket with the special fold. I'm only going to glue, so it's actually going to be a tuck, because I'm only going to glue the side and the bottom. I'm not going to glue the little flat part there, okay? And I'm going to put that in here. And that is going to give us that, okay? So, as for the cover, you can go ahead and do whatever you want on the front cover. If you wanted to do a panel and glue that on there, you can go ahead and add whatever you want on your front cover. I'm going to come back in here because I use wet glue, so I need to keep checking this while it's drying. Okay, and then I do need to go ahead, and I am going to bind the two signatures in, and we'll call this a challenge. Okay, so this is the first signature, and it has, let's go ahead and take a look. It has our topography of birds story in here. Okay. And with our top pocket here, and some lined paper, also from the Just Birds digital kit, and then this piece here with the pocket here, and then no pocket, more lined paper, then pocket, pocket, then pocket on top, no pocket, pocket on side. So you need 2 top pockets, 2 side pockets, and a short pocket. Okay, 2 top pockets, 2 side pockets, and then some type of short pocket. Okay, because this right here will be able to put something in here. Okay, and these, we'll be able to use that possibly on these edges where I had the extra edges. And so we'll be playing with that tomorrow. Now, what I'm going to do is go ahead, count my pages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I could put it in at right here. Believe it or not, the natural place for the one that I'm folding. Find your natural, okay? See, from the way that this is, my natural place is going to be on where 10 and 11 are. And so I will take that and bind it just like a regular binding. And if you feel like you need to add something here, you can go ahead and do that to help with the hold. I think I'm going to. So let's go ahead and I'll get that in there. Could be fabric. Fabric would actually probably be better, huh? Midnight says yeah. Did you hear? Yep, I think that was midnight. Yep, it's midnight. Midnight Kitty is in here. Okay. So I can go ahead and add that. And if I put that in there right now, then I'm going to remember that this is where I said I was going to. Okay, and this is totally up to you. This is extra. I'm just giving it a little extra hold here on the center. Okay. It's like, oh no, I want more fray. Okay, so there's that. I could use that other piece and go around here. Sometimes you just, it's like, okay, how am I going to do this? I've been thinking about this for quite a while, doing this packaging book. So I'm really excited to get to put this out there. And let's go ahead and cut that. Okay. So, I don't know what you call this kind of, I'm going to call it the back-to-back binding. Back-to-back binding. And then, because that's what I think of it as when I've done it before. I did it at Christmas time. I did Christmas little scrapbooks for the granddaughters for our trip. And I did the back-to-back on that. The back-to-back binding. Okay. So let's see. The glue is already dried. Who would have expected? So the other thing I like about the Mono Tombow liquid glue is that you can use it for all the mediums. And so, okay, so I'm going to let that dry. I'll be adding these in. If I don't bind usually on videos, except for the Patreons get to see things that I bind. So, yeah, somebody asked me what was my most not favorite thing to do. That would be binding. And it's not so much, I don't mind doing it. I get nervous when I'm doing it. I'm all over the place with the whatever I am binding. And since I get people that say things about being out of screen, out of all that, I just don't bind on camera that often anymore. If you want to see binding, I will post the binding from the beginner series that we did in 2020 when we were staying home, safer at home. I did a beginner's junk journal series. I made 6 different types of journals. I made one out of a composition book, an altered book, Reader's Digest, a cereal box, a gift. I think we did a gift bag, or the gift bag was the composition book, and a little golden book. And I did journals out of all those different types of things, and you got to see it start to done. So the cover, the binding, all of the embellishments, all of the extra things that I did, if there was a tassel, everything was on video. So I will put the beginner junk journal series down below, and I will find a couple of the binding videos and put those in the description box down below. So this is our mini challenge, and the challenge for today, you are to make a back-to-back signature or mini journal, a cover made out of packaging. Okay, so you can make it out of any kind of packaging. And then a treat bag accordion pocket, and a signature of random papers that is the same size as your little back-to-back, okay? And so just to give you a different idea that everything doesn't have to be the same, that we can have this that tells a story that is really going to be pretty cool. And then we can have a place to record our story in the back. So, yeah, so remember tomorrow I have to make a layered collage page masterboard. I have to use game pieces, book page, and a doily. And so come back for that tomorrow. It has to be at least 8.5 by 11. And then you can make whatever you want out of it. And so we're going to come back and make that. And we will use that to make our embellishments for this journal. Kind of trying to combine things together. And so I think this is going to be a lot of fun. So when you have finished your mini challenge in the challenge, you go ahead and post it in the Mayhem Junk Journal Challenge Facebook group. You'll find the information for the challenge in the details video linked down below. So check that out and come and join us. Find something to celebrate every day. Have an amazing day. I'll see you tomorrow with my layered collage page masterboard. Have a great day. Bye. Bye-bye. I think I have a defective bottle here. Okay, here we go. It's starting to come out. Okay.